What if one of the world's richest companies quietly built something so powerful it could rival the human brain, right in the middle of rural Indiana? That's exactly what Amazon is doing. But while America races forward, one country is watching from the sidelines and falling dangerously behind: the birth of a digital giant in Indiana. In New Carlisle, Indiana, 1,200 acres of what used to be lush farmland have now been completely transformed. Where crops once grew, massive steel and fiber optic structures now dominate the landscape. This is Project Rainer, Amazon's most ambitious artificial intelligence infrastructure build to date, and it's unlike anything the tech world has seen before. Amazon isn't just building data centers, it's building a digital city designed to support startup Anthropic and its mission to build an AI model as powerful, as adaptive, and as intelligent as the human brain. 7 gigantic warehouses already stand on this land. Each one is loaded with hundreds of thousands of specialized AI chips, connected by a labyrinth of fiber optic cables. But here's where it gets wild. Amazon plans to build up to 30 of these buildings. Each one is built for scale, precision, and AI dominance. What Amazon is creating here isn't just an infrastructure project, it's a turning point in how AI will be built, trained, and scaled globally. They're calling it the world's largest AI compute cluster, and once you understand how it works, that claim starts to feel like an understatement, a machine that thinks. This project is not about typical data storage or simple cloud services. It's about creating a physical machine so powerful it can think and learn and keep improving itself. This is what Amazon is offering Anthropic, the ultimate supercomputer for artificial intelligence. To make it work, Amazon is using less advanced chips strategically. Why? Because they're easier to cool, cheaper to operate, and they allow the company to scale without the engineering nightmares that come with bleeding-edge chipsets. But even with that approach, keeping these machines at safe temperatures requires staggering resources. The data center complex will draw 2.2 gigawatts of electricity. That's enough to power roughly 2 million homes. And the water usage? It's already raising alarms. One single prompt to ChatGPT, the type of AI Anthropic is building, can require the cooling equivalent of a small bottle of water. Multiply that across billions of requests per day, and the numbers become staggering. To prepare the site, Amazon began pumping water out of nearby wetlands, a process called dewatering. According to official permits, the company was authorized to pump 2.2 million gallons of water per hour, every hour for 730 days straight. That kind of sustained impact isn't just impressive, it's disruptive. Building at warp speed. 4 construction crews are working simultaneously, day and night. The pace is unmatched. According to Bill Shaliel, a community development official in New Carlisle, there are more than 4,000 workers on site daily. Nearby hotels are full, roads are jammed. It's such a massive undertaking that Amazon has already paid $90,000 to fund local police overtime for traffic control, plus an extra $5.5 million for road upgrades. This kind of activity has turned the sleepy farming town into a construction mecca, but for many locals, it's not just the sound of progress they hear, it's disruption. Dan Caruso, a retired local mail carrier, voiced deep concerns. You can see the mountain of dirt they are ready to shove on those wetlands. Wildlife depends on those wetlands, he told the New York Times. And he's not alone. The environmental trade-off. While this digital transformation brings high-paying construction jobs and billion-dollar investments, it's also changing the local environment. Wells are drying up, traffic is rising, and the ecosystem, especially wetlands that support local biodiversity, is under threat. These are not isolated problems. In Georgia, Meta, another tech giant, built a data center that's been blamed for drying up local wells. One resident, Beverly Morris, told the BBC, "I can't live in my home with half of my home functioning and no water." Meta denied responsibility, saying their facility wasn't the cause, but the fear remains real. Across the US, resistance to these mega data centers is growing. According to Data Center Watch, public objections have already delayed or blocked $47 billion worth of projects nationwide. Yet, with AI growing rapidly and tech companies desperate for more computing power, the pressure to build continues. The UK's blind spot. Now, let's turn to the UK, because this is where the real story gets even more unsettling. While the United States and China charge ahead in the global AI race, Britain is struggling to keep pace. According to AI expert Tom Edwards, the UK is playing catch-up. and may soon be left behind entirely. AI is the next industrial revolution, Edwards said in an interview with The Sun, and it's likely to be bigger than the last one. And yet, Britain isn't building it anywhere near the scale needed. The problem? Energy infrastructure. The UK is shutting down oil and gas operations in the North Sea, while at the same time promising to become a global AI leader. But without building the energy supply to support AI data centres, those promises risk becoming little more than empty slogans. Britain's unrealised plans. There are some data centre proposals on the table. One major site is being considered in Scunthorpe, another in Watford. The Scunthorpe project would cover 176 hectares. The Watford site would be the size of 17 football pitches. However, neither has been given the green light. Both would require billions in private and public investment, and even if they did move forward today, they're years behind what's already happening in the US. Technology Secretary Peter Kyle remains optimistic. He says the UK is just in the foothills of the AI revolution. According to him, over $7.5 billion in private investment has already been committed to AI and data centres in the past year. Data centres are the lifeblood of the AI revolution, Kyle said. We're determined that the UK will seize this incredible opportunity. He also pointed out that these facilities are essential to the UK's Plan for Change, an initiative aiming to transform the economy through digital innovation, a growing divide. But ambition without infrastructure is just wishful thinking. Labour MP Chris Curtis, who co-chairs the Labour Growth Group, echoed those concerns. If we want to stay competitive, create high-skilled jobs, and attract global investment, we need more data centres in Britain. He also made it clear that building these centres means addressing the energy crisis head-on. To power them reliably and keep energy bills down, we need to invest in clean, homegrown energy sources like nuclear power, he said, so we're no longer dependent on expensive foreign oil and gas. Right now though, the UK simply isn't scaling fast enough. Its best minds may still be coming out of Cambridge and Oxford, but without the infrastructure to support them, they'll likely take their talents elsewhere. Global stakes. Let's look at the big picture. The global data center market is projected to be worth $517 billion by 2030, according to Barclays Research. Whoever builds the best infrastructure will shape the future of finance, defense, healthcare, media, everything. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is also investing heavily. They're building a $1.2 gigawatt facility in Texas and another massive center in the UAE. Meta, Amazon, and others are doing the same. These facilities are exponentially larger than anything built before the 2022 AI boom. And while those projects move forward, Britain is still in planning mode, a question of priorities. This brings us to a crucial point. Technological progress is coming, whether we're ready or not. But what happens when that progress starts draining local resources? When it causes traffic pile-ups, water shortages, or forces families to leave their homes? That's already happening in parts of the US, and if Britain doesn't build with sustainability in mind, it could face the same problems, just years too late to matter. So the question is no longer should we invest in AI infrastructure. The real question is how fast can we do it, and how smartly. The power problem no one wants to talk about, but it's not just traffic and wetlands making locals nervous. The real elephant in the room is electricity, and a lot of it. Indiana's main utility company, AEP, has already warned regulators that data centers like Amazon's will more than double the peak power demand in the state. In 2024, Indiana needs about 2.8 gigawatts. By 2030, it'll be over 7 gigawatts, and Amazon alone accounts for nearly half that spike. Ben Inskeep from the Citizens Action Coalition didn't sugarcoat it. It will be the largest power user in the state of Indiana by a country mile. That kind of demand doesn't come from solar panels or wind turbines. AEP expects about 75% of the extra electricity needed by 2030 will come from natural gas plants, which means more carbon emissions. So while the complex may look high-tech, the energy fueling it is still old school. To make it all work, Amazon isn't just plugging into the grid, it's building its own substations, giant power transfer hubs that move electricity straight into its AI machine. Each substation alone is the size of a small factory, and while this setup keeps Amazon running smoothly, it raises deeper questions. How sustainable is this kind of growth? And what does it mean for smaller communities and countries like the UK that are trying to reduce their carbon footprint while also scaling up AI? Will Britain catch up? Amazon's AI brain is real, it's growing, and it's changing everything. The United States isn't just investing in AI, it's reshaping entire towns, rewriting energy usage patterns, and launching a new era of digital dominance. If the UK wants to compete, it can't just rely on policy promises or university credentials. It needs real power, in gigawatts and gallons. It needs real infrastructure, not just proposals, and it needs to move now. Would you survive in a town where the water runs out, but the data never stops flowing? Let us know what you think below, because this is one story that isn't slowing down anytime soon.